Welcome to this demo of Next-Gen Integrations by eZintegrations. In this demo, you'll see how we solve business challenges using automation, intelligence, and smooth data flow across API, databases, documents, and data transformation through AI. Let's get started with use case 1, where we tackle the problem of disconnected applications by enabling smooth end-to-end API integration. How to connect two API that don't naturally talk to each other with eZintegrations will automate the data flow between them in real time without writing single line of code using AI operations. So here we are inside eZintegrations. Let's start building the integration by configuring our source and target API. In this scenario, Acumatica is our source system, and we want to push product or order data directly into Shopify in real time using AI operations. Here I have entered the endpoint of Acumatica URL to get the data along with credentials from our source system. Let's click on Test button. We have easily connected our source in few clicks now. Let's move to the next step of data operations. The data we have got comes in structured JSON format, but its schema is system specific and not directly compatible with Shopify. First step is a single line to multi-line transformation. This operation breaks down flat or nested arrays into individual records. Let me show you in the console how the data looks like before and after conversion. I just need to spin the pipeline. As you can see, we have the data in multi-line now. Now comes the smart part, AI operation. All I do is let AI know in simple English that from the incoming JSON data from Acumatica, transform the JSON into the payload as pasted below, extracting the required keys as needed. This is the JSON structure Shopify expects the data in, so I will copy-paste the structure in AI operation and click on Enter. It automatically understands the source data, maps the fields, formats the values, and restructures everything to match Shopify's schema. Let me show you in console as well how the data is formatted. As you can see, the data is now perfectly structured and formatted exactly how Shopify expects it for ingestion. Let me close the console and move to the next step of data target. Here I've entered the Shopify API endpoint details, and in the request body, I've specified the key name that holds the transformed data. With that set, we're ready for the final step, creating the integration bridge. All we need to do now is give the bridge name, add brief description, and optionally set schedule if we want it to run automatically. Once everything looks good, we simply hit submit, and our API to API integration is complete. Let's go ahead and start the bridge and watch the data flow in real time. As the integration runs, the transformed product data from Acumatica is now being ingested directly into Shopify. Let me take you to the Shopify dashboard, and there it is. The product records are live, structured exactly as required, and fully sync. With just a few simple steps, we transformed the data, automated the mapping, and pushed it into modern e-commerce platform, all without writing single line of code. Now let's move to use case 2, transforming complex EDI data into modern API-ready formats. With eZintegrations, we'll convert EDI documents into structured JSON and deliver them directly to an API-based target, all in real time and without manual mapping. This not only simplifies EDI workflows, but also unlocks integration with modern systems. Let me show you a quick demo on the following use case. Here we will be fetching EDI data from an SATP location, transforming it intelligently, and delivering it straight to Shopify. What you're looking at here is an EDI 850 file, the industry standard for purchase orders. We begin by connecting to an SFTP location where incoming EDI files like purchase orders are regularly dropped by trading partners. eZintegrations picks them up in real time. Let's click on Test button to check the file output, and we have the data encoded here. Once the EDI file is picked up, we run it through an AI operation that converts the complex EDI structure into clean, structured JSON. The AI understands segments like PO1, N1, PID, and auto maps them into meaningful fields such as SKU, quantity, price, and product description. First, let me show you how the data looks like before AI operations. Let me spin the pipeline and open the console. As we can see, I have the EDI file data encoded in base 64 under Bizdata dataset response key. Now look at how the data needs to be transformed for Shopify to accept it. This is the format we need to transform the EDI data. And now I will let the AI operations know exactly what I want just by giving instructions in plain English. As we saw earlier, my data is encoded right now. I will ask AI to convert my EDI 850 data to JSON and transform it in the similar payload as Shopify expects. I will paste the format of Shopify Graphic API and we are good to go. Now let's run the pipeline and let the AI take over transforming the data exactly as we defined in our instructions. I will open the console and we can see how data got transformed, which was EDI before, not into structured JSON, what Shopify expects. Next, we connect our Shopify store as the target. The transformed order data is now ready and mapped to Shopify's API format, including product ID, quantity, title, and more. All we need to do is specify the Shopify endpoint URL and enter the key that holds the transformed data in the request body, and that's it. The integration is ready to go. To summarize, we started by pulling EDI data from our source system SFTP. Using AI operations, we transformed the raw data into Shopify's required format. We then configured Shopify as our target by simply entering the endpoint URL and defining the key that holds the transformed data. And here we are just entering the bridge name along with description, and the schedule can be set and submit. As you can see, the integration bridge is created. And we can start the bridge and let the data flow to Shopify, and we can watch the live logs as well. Now let's head over to Shopify and take a look at the results. As you can see, the data has been successfully ingested. And just like that, the EDI file has been processed, transformed, and posted into Shopify with full traceability and zero manual effort. eZintegrations bridges the gap between EDI and modern platforms, all powered by AI. In use case number 3, we address a common enterprise need integrating modern cloud APIs with legacy on-premise databases. With eZintegrations, we'll securely connect to local database, pull in real-time data via API, and ensure it lands exactly where it's needed. This bridges the gap between cloud and on-prem, unlocking true end-to-end automation. Now let me show you one example in eZintegrations. Let's look at real-world retail scenario where we use Shopify as the source and we want to send the order or product data into database using AI operations to transform the data with our commands. We start by connecting to the Shopify API as our source. eZintegrations pulls in the product data, typically structured in a single line, nested JSON format that can't be ingested as it is in the databases. Here's where we bring in our first smart layer, the single line to multi-line transformation. This automatically flattens nested arrays and complex structures, breaking them down into multiple rows that database can actually work with. I will enter the key name which holds the single line data. Let me spin the pipeline and show you how the data actually looks before single line to multi-line. I need to click on console, Bizdata dataset response, and we have single line data here. And if I click on the other end of this operation, I can watch the data getting transformed in real time into multiple line or happens in flight. As you can see here, we have ID, title, handle, status, and vendor details. Let me close the console and move to the main path, AI operations. A quick drag and drop. Now let me show you the format the database expects the data to be in. We need the data converted to tuple like this for database to accept it, and we will let AI operations know the same. Now, no need to map anything manually. I'll simply ask AI and it will handle the rest. Below is the format shared which database expects. Convert the incoming JSON data to tuple format as below. Let's go ahead and trigger the pipeline and let the AI take over transforming the data exactly as per our target requirements. In just moments, we'll have clean, structured output fully aligned and ready for the destination system. Now that the data is in perfect shape, we move to our next step to configure the database. Let me close the console and click on Data Target. Here we enter the database credentials. In our case, we are sending the data to Oracle database. We enter the tuple key which holds the entire data after transformation, and a simple insert SQL query which we enter here specifying the target table name and column name. And we are done with our integrations. All it took is 2 operations to get the data transformed. In the final summary step, we enter the bridge name along with description, and we can also set the schedule and click on submit. An integration bridge will be created and we click on Run to start the bridge. We can also check the live logs and data getting ingested by clicking here. As you can see, the logs are being generated. And here's the final result. The data has been successfully ingested into the database, cleanly structured and perfectly aligned with our schema. What used to take hours of manual mapping and scripting is now done in seconds, powered entirely by AI operations. In just a few steps, we've gone from Shopify's nested JSON to fully transformed database-ready dataset, all with eZintegrations AI-powered flow. Now let's move to next use case where we showcase the power of AI operations in action, where we perform complex data transformations using simple, natural language commands. With eZintegrations AI operations, we'll reshape, restructure, and refine data instantly without writing single line of code. It's intelligent automation made effortless. Here we have an EDI X12 data which is kept in SFTP. Now in eZintegrations we will fetch the same data. I have dragged and dropped the AI operations and will ask the operations to convert the EDI X12 to JSON. And just like that, the pipeline runs and the EDI X12 data is instantly transformed into structured JSON, ready for any target system to consume. And look at that, how structured the output is. Now, let's pass 837 professional health claim data into SFTP and ask AI to convert it. I will just go ahead and convert the 837 into JSON. That's all. Now let's run the pipeline and watch as our raw data gets intelligently transformed. Behind the scenes, eZintegrations is parsing, interpreting, and mapping the structure all in real time. And you can have a look at the data, how well it got transformed. Now let's take things the other way, starting with structured JSON data and converting it into EDI 810 format, which is commonly used for invoices. With just one command, eZintegrations formats the data precisely as required, ready to be sent to trading partners or financial systems. Now I will go ahead and spin the pipeline and check out the JSON transformation to EDI. Let's click on the console and check out the transformed data, and as you can see how well the JSON data is transformed to EDI. Once the data is transformed, whether from JSON to EDI or vice versa, it doesn't stop there. With eZintegrations, you can instantly route this output to any target system, whether it's an ERP like Oracle, SP, NetSuite, or even external partners via API, SFTP, or webhook. The platform gives you full control over where your data goes and how it's delivered. Now, I would like to highlight one of the most transformative capabilities. AI-powered document understanding. Here we'll use eZintegrations document understanding API to extract structured information from unstructured documents like PDFs, invoices, or scanned forms. No manual input, no predefined templates. With single API call, the AI intelligently reads the document, identifies key data points, and returns clean, structured output. This extracted data can then be sent to downstream systems, used in analytics, or even integrated with LLMs for advanced automation. Let me show you a quick demo of how this works in action. Here's PDF document. It's unstructured, full of mixed formats, and definitely not easy to parse manually. Now let's switch over to eZintegrations and connect our source to fetch the PDF documents. This is where the automation begins, bringing in unstructured files directly into the pipeline for AI-powered extraction. First, I will use data extraction and extract the key where file data is stored. Now I'll use API operations and use API provided by eZintegrations. What's powerful here is that I don't need to predefine any rules or write extraction logic. The AI understands the structure of the document on its own, identifying tables, key value pairs, line items, and headers, even if the layout is messy or unstructured. All I have to do is pass the document key through the API operation, and in seconds, we'll have structured, machine-readable data extracted from what was originally just flat PDF file. Well, this makes it incredibly easy to automate document-heavy workflow, whether you're dealing with purchase orders, invoices, contracts, or shipping forms, saving time and eliminating manual errors. With the document data now extracted and structured, you're not limited to just storing or integrating it. You can take it even further. This data can now be sent to large language model LLM for intelligent classification, enrichment, summarization, or even automated decision-making. Whether it's categorizing invoices, extracting contract clauses, or summarizing key purchase order terms, eZintegrations makes it easy to plug into AI workflows, unlocking the full potential of your data.